Hi everyone, it's Margaret Brown, founder of SocializeLA.com, and I am here to wish you a happy Friday. And I know I have been on the phone with some people today, and they're saying that today is their Friday and they're taking all next week off to celebrate Thanksgiving, which is an amazing holiday. So if that's you, I am super excited for you. I will be working part of the week next week, but I do plan on taking some time off with my hubby for that week. I wanted to talk to you today about Twitter chats and the why, the how, the who, because they are so awesome. And it dawned on me today when I joined a Twitter chat that there could be possibly some of my friends and my audience and my network that don't understand Twitter chats. And if you did, you would participate because they're so fun. It's just like networking online. So just give me a minute. I want to share this live on my personal page. That is a tip here is that when you go live on your business page, if you utilize your personal for business as well, it's often a good time to share that link onto your personal because more people will see it. Yes. So give me one moment. Twitter chat. Enjoy. Okay, I'm back. All right, so let's talk Twitter. First, let's talk about some basics of Twitter. If you were to ask me what is my favorite social media platform, I am going to say Twitter with a very close second of Instagram. Why do I love Twitter? Because it is such a neat connection tool. You can connect with anyone. I was reading, when I'm reading a book or I'm watching a documentary, I can do a quick search of the author, and oftentimes I will write them and they'll respond back. I can get in touch with them right away. I was watching a documentary about Forgotten Planet, and I was talking to the person who was producing it, and we just got into a really cool Twitter chat, and then that was it. So, of course, my phone is ringing. 1 second. Anyway, okay, so Twitter is an amazing connection tool. And why would you want to participate in a Twitter chat? Because depending on who is throwing the Twitter party and the Twitter chat, they are going to unite a lot of like minds. So what prompted this was today, the National Women's Business Council, who is an awesome partner of NABO, National Association of Women Business Owners, the NWBC hosted the NWBC chat, and they do this a few times a year. And NABO had posted that they were going to be participating, and they were inviting NABO members to join in on the chat. And so while I was having a blast in the chat room, or in the chat, it's not a room, while I was having a blast in the chat, I thought, why aren't more of my NABO sisters here and my network? And I thought, you know what? Perhaps it's just not a known thing. And so maybe I should, just kind of tell you guys what it's all about, and just kind of pull the covers off of it, and you can see how awesome it is. So the first thing you need to join a Twitter chat is a Twitter account. And the Twitter account is, where's that little @. So my Twitter is @MargMarieB, MargMarieb. My company Twitter is @SocializeLA. So that is where you see the @, okay? The hashtag, I can't believe I have these props. I didn't realize I was going to use them. You have the hashtag. This unifies a topic, okay? So in a Twitter chat, it's generally, it has to be unified with a hashtag. So in today's case, it was hashtag NWBC chat, okay? So every post related to this Twitter chat included the hashtag. If your post did not include the hashtag, then none of us saw it because all of us were following the hashtag. In the show notes, you'll see I have the link to the Twitter page that contains all the tweets. So you'll see me, you'll see Joy Lutz from Nabo, you'll see Nabo, a bunch of other people participated, and I'll get to that. But so the first thing you need to participate in a Twitter chat is an account. Question: do you need to have thousands of followers to participate? Absolutely not. Is it embarrassing if you only have 5 followers and you participate? Absolutely not. And to be honest with you, the people that I connected with, I didn't even see how many followers they had, nor did I care. What I cared about was what they were saying. And then and vice versa. They weren't looking to see how many followers I had before they interacted with me. If they liked what I said, they liked it, they commented, or they retweeted. Plain and simple. So you don't need to be worried about what your, the status of your Twitter. Now, I do recommend that if you are going to participate, that your Twitter account is set up properly. So you have a profile image, a description, your location, and just, so it looks like you're a real person. The description on your Twitter account is it's short, so you don't have a whole lot of space. You're not going to write your biography, but you will give some information about yourself. So in mine, I have it's not long sentences. I have it spaced out into subjects, things that I like. And so that's how I've done my description, but you can, do that however you want. Anyway, first thing you need to participate in a Twitter chat is the account. And second is, how are you going to participate? Is an organization that you belong to putting one on, or is your company putting one on? Is your organization putting one on? That just depends on the situation. So in today's situation, I saw a post from Nabo National that said participate in this Twitter chat. And that's what prompted me to go. So this is how the chat works. The person throwing the party, the chat party, they have some designated questions. Okay? And those questions, there could be 5, there could be 10, there could be 20. I would keep it between like 7 and 10, 7 and 12. You don't want to make it too long, but people get really into it and they get to give their insight, and people like giving their insight, me included. So they will have a question. Now, of course, you can't see them and you're not talking to them, but you're seeing the Twitter feed. So the first question has been posted because said party host types in Q1, Q meaning question 1, and then they go on with the question. They ask the question, they end the sentence or the tweet with hashtag and then whatever the Twitter party is. So today it was hashtag NWBC chat. In that moment, once they go live and they tweet it, not go live, that's bad. They didn't go live, they just tweeted it. Now, anybody who's following that chat, they can see that the question has gone up. Now me, the party attendee, I respond with an A1. So I am answering question 1. A1, colon, I go in, type in my answer, and I end my thought with hashtag NWBC chat. Does that make sense? So they ask the questions, Q1, and anybody who wants to answer says A1, and then their thought, and then they end always with the hashtag. So this goes on. They had today 7 questions. So potentially you could have at least 7 answers. Some people had more than one answer. Now, what was really cool about this Twitter chat is that it was my very first one since Twitter upped the character limit. So Twitter recently went to a 280 character limit, which means that your answers can be a lot meatier. And so that was interesting. But when you're so used to the smaller character limit, you don't really stray from that, I was noticing. But in a Twitter chat, you make things a little more exciting by adding GIFs, GIF. GIFs are what you see people commenting with where, they're moving, like someone's like, yes, or someone's cheering you on, or someone's bored, or someone's waiting. So you have all these GIFs that you can use. So you make things a little more hilarious or interactive with GIFs. You also have images. So you can post images. Like at the end of mine, I posted like a thank you, Nabo and NWBC for hosting this awesome chat. So you get real interactive. So you know the what. So now you know what it is. Okay, they ask the question 1, Q1, you answer with A1, and then everybody knows that you're answering question 1. You're answering question 2, depending on what you write. So why participate? Well, what's really cool, like I mentioned earlier, is that depending on who's throwing the party and what the topic is, they are generally reaching their audience, which is probably like mine's. So in this instance, it was the National Women's Business Council, which I fall under their audience because I am a woman business owner in the United States. So I am definitely their audience. And anybody who participated in that Twitter chat today, we all had a lot in common. So today I got to meet a lot of new people because we were responding to each other, we were retweeting each other, and now we follow each other, and wonderful. And that's it. So you want to connect with new people, this is a great way to do it. And they're people that are connected to whatever to whatever the reason was that the chat was thrown. Now, let me answer a question that I just came up in my head, so I want to make sure that I talk about it. The Twitter that I use personally and for these Twitter chats is mine, my own, Marg Marie B. That's Margaret Brown's. I use that for personal, business, and everything else. It's my Twitter. So I could participate in potentially a lot of different Twitter chats. Now, if I was under my company at Socialize LA, I generally would stick with digital marketing and business. I wouldn't really veer out to anything that's like my personal interest. So just keep that in mind when you're differentiating between yourself and your business. Now, maybe you don't have one for yourself, so it's all business, and that's fine. But again, I always like to keep my business. And so, yeah. Okay, so the why, yes, you will connect with people, you'll broaden your horizons, and you'll have some fun. It was a great opportunity to think about some questions that maybe you wouldn't have thought about that day. And it made me reminisce because today, the questions that they were talking about, I'll bring up a couple of my favorites. So this is a good opportunity to tell you that the chat isn't necessarily over. I mean, the questions have stopped. The real-time questions have stopped. And maybe they're not monitoring it like immediately like they were during the chat. But you can still come in and answer the questions because they're still there. So if you wanted to, you could see that, let's see. So I came to NWBC chat. I see it on my Twitter here. And I am showing that question number 5 was, what are the benefits of entrepreneurship for women who have pursued it out of necessity? So the whole talk today was on necessity entrepreneurship. And so it was really cool to just think about these things, give a thoughtful answer, and then also hear from the other women participating. And there was actually a couple men as well. So it's a good time to just broaden your horizons. Meet people, think about something different for a minute, and just get out of your comfort zone. So the next time someone says there's a Twitter chat, I hope you are a little more prepared. You don't have to answer immediately, so don't be hasty, don't be rushed. Just craft your answer and post it. And have fun with it. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. But I would love to see you on the next Twitter chat. And I think that's it. How often, why? How often, it just depends on how often you're invited. Or if you want to create your own Twitter chats, you just need to market them so people show up. And do it as often as you feel is necessary. There is no right answer or wrong answer. So anyway, again, I'm Margaret Brown, socializela.com. I am so excited that I get to be your resource for digital marketing. If you ever have any questions, please let me know. As you can see, I come in here and I will teach about just anything that comes to mind or I see as a need or something new that comes in. But if you have a specific need, please let me know. Have an awesome weekend and a great Thanksgiving if I don't talk to you. Bye.